You are turning in 10-minute bulletin of Bình Phước Radio, television, and newspaper. You are with me, Thục Oanh, and here are top news of today. TH Group proposes 3 investment projects in Bình Phước. Youth Month 2025 highlights various activities. Leader urges action plan for Vietnam-Singapore Comprehensive Strategic Partnership. Thành Công Group inaugurates first automobile manufacturing plant in Quảng Ninh. Ladies and gentlemen, a delegation from Bình Phước Province, led by Chairwoman of the Provincial People's Committee Trần Tuệ Hiền, paid a visit to Cambodia's Kampong Cham Province and extended greetings on the occasion of 29th May, the traditional Cambodian New Year.
Chairwoman Trần Tuệ Hiền conveyed her best wishes for a joyful, prosperous and happy New Year to the authorities and people of Kampong Cham. She commended the remarkable achievements made by Cambodia in general and Kampong Cham in particular in recent years. The chairwoman also shared notable highlights of Bình Phước socio-economic development in 2024. She expressed hope that the two provinces will continue to build on their fruitful cooperation and effectively implement bilateral agreements between Vietnam and Cambodia. She called on Kampong Cham authorities to facilitate Vietnamese investment in the province, particularly from businesses based in Bình Phước, and to support the Vietnamese Cambodian community in stabilizing their livelihoods. Such efforts, she said, will contribute to deepening and nurturing the growing friendship and cooperation between the two countries. For his part, Governor of Kampong Cham Province, Un Chanda, thanked Bình Phước authorities and people for their warm sentiments. He said he hoped that the two provinces will continue to strengthen their traditional solidarity, friendship, and comprehensive cooperation in the time ahead.
Vice Chairman of the Bình Phước Provincial People's Committee Trần Văn My, along with heads of the relevant departments, agencies, and localities, recently had a working session with Ngô Minh Hải, CEO of TH Group, to discuss the results of a field survey on proposed investment projects in Bình Phước.
Following on-site surveys at several locations across Bình Phước, TH Group proposed 3 investment projects, including a golf course combined with an urban area, tourism and resource complex in Minh Thắng Commune, Trân Thành Town, a high-tech agriculture project focusing on livestock farming and a research and development center for plant varieties, and an industrial park and logistics zones. During the meeting held on March 26, provincial departments, agencies and localities provided additional information related to projects of the group interest, such as planning data, land funds, and current land conditions. They also introduced several other investment opportunities in the province that may align with the group criteria. Bình Phước affirmed its commitment to working closely with capable and well-resourced investors to ensure effective land use and bring mutual benefits to the province and enterprises.
March is celebrated annually as Youth Month in Bình Phước. A notable highlight of this initiative is the active participation of young people across the province in implementing tasks aligned with the Politburo Resolution No. 57 on breakthroughs in science, technology, innovation, and national digital transformation.
Local youngsters have established 11 voluntary teams of mass digital education, attracting hundreds of young participants. The teams distributed leaflets and instructed people on measures to prevent high-tech fraud in cyberspace, use digital applications to make cashless payments and online public services. Other practical activities include providing the public with instructions on how to use the VNeID application, electronic health books, cashless payments, and digital documents on online public services, digital finance, and digital education. During the Youth Month, voluntary youngsters across the province have also launched campaigns such as building civilized urban areas and new rural areas and Green Sunday. These events have been warmly welcomed by youth unions at all levels.
Moving on to the top stories around the country. Party General Secretary Tô Lâm has urged Vietnam and Singapore to accelerate the implementation of their comprehensive strategic partnership with swiftly finalizing and signing an action plan for the 2025 to 2030 period. Receiving Singaporean Prime Minister Lawrence Wong in Hanoi on March 26, the party chief reaffirmed Vietnam's high regard for Singapore as an ASEAN member and a key partner in its development and international integration efforts. He also welcomed and supported Singapore's proposals for cooperation in green energy and regional green electricity network, while advocating for the upgrade of the Vietnam-Singapore Industrial Park network to become greener, smarter, and more connected. Prime Minister Wong reaffirmed Singapore's commitment to ensuring the effective execution of cooperation agreements, enhancing the Vietnam-Singapore partnership's substance and impact, and positioning it as a model for collaboration among ASEAN member nations. The two leaders agreed to further deepen ties between the two ruling parties, maintain cooperation in strategic leader training, and establishing mechanisms for regular exchanges, aiming to enhance mutual understanding, facilitate the sharing of experience in national development, and lay a strong foundation for Vietnam-Singapore relations in the future. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính hosted a reception in Hanoi on March 26 evening for newly appointed Austrian ambassador to Vietnam, Philippe Agathopoulos. Prime Minister Chính congratulated Agathopoulos on assuming his new task in Vietnam and expressed his belief that the ambassador will actively contribute to consolidating and strengthening the friendship and cooperation between Vietnam and Austria. He affirmed that the government and Vietnamese ministries will create all favorable conditions for Agathopoulos to successfully complete his working term. Vietnam is currently Austria's largest trading partner in ASEAN, and Austria is always in the top 10 export markets of Vietnam in the EU, with a trade turnover of about $2.45 billion in 2024. The government leader expressed his belief that the Austrian Parliament approval of the EU-Vietnam Investment Protection Agreement and the European Commission's removal of its IUU yellow card against Vietnam seafood will create favorable conditions for economic cooperation between Vietnam and the EU in general and between Vietnam and Austria in particular. The ambassador said that, in addition to traditional areas of cooperation, the Austrian embassy will coordinate closely with Vietnamese partners to find new potential areas of cooperation, especially in the fields of science, technology, education, training, cybersecurity, nursing staff, and railway infrastructure. Vietnamese automaker Thành Công Group officially inaugurated its Thành Công Việt Hưng automobile manufacturing plant on March 26 at Việt Hưng Industrial Park in Hạ Long City in the northern province of Quảng Ninh. This is the first automobile manufacturing plant in Quảng Ninh, a major milestone for both the province and Vietnam's automotive industry. The event was attended by Vice Chairman of the National Assembly Vũ Hồng Thanh and Deputy Prime Minister Bùi Thanh Sơn. The Thành Công Việt Hưng plant is a centerpiece of the Thành Công Việt Hưng automotive and supporting industry complex, an advanced industrial hub designed to become one of Vietnam's leading automotive production centers. Covering 36.5 hectares, the plant boasts a design capacity of 120,000 vehicles per year. Following the inauguration, the plant will commence its production and assembly of commercial vehicles under the Skoda brand, one of the oldest automobile manufacturers from the Czech Republic. The first model, Skoda Kushaq, is set to hit the domestic market in the second quarter of 2025. The plant is expected to create thousands of jobs, boost Quảng Ninh economy, and position Vietnam's automotive industry as a stronger player in the global supply chain. On the afternoon of March 26, the Steering Committee for the Removal of Temporary and Dilapidated Houses in An Giang Province held a hybrid conference with allied connection to 11 districts, towns, cities, and communes, wards, and townlets across the province. The conference aimed to assess the progress of the removal of temporary and dilapidated houses in the province over the past time and set the key tasks for the upcoming period. Speaking at the meeting, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee Lê Hồng Quang, head of the Steering Committee, urged localities to ensure full housing support for revolutionary contributors by April 30, 2025, and to complete the province-wide elimination of substandard houses by June 2025. Quang emphasized the importance of durable, high-quality construction to ensure long-term use for residents. According to the Provincial People's Committee, the whole province now has 3,156 households in need of housing support, necessitating a budget of $174.84 billion to construct 2,672 new homes and renovate 484 others. So far, An Giang has mobilized 139 billion Vietnamese dong from multiple sources for the implementation. And that also wraps up our bulletin. Thanks for tuning in and goodbye for now.